Okay, I'm thinking we're getting close to being done with our removing the Sharpie on this side of the knife. Most of it's gone. Let's look at the other side. Still a tiny bit showing right here, so we're going to make a few more passes. Right now we just have the original guide on here. We haven't we don't have the other slide guide on there yet, just because the back side of this knife is really flat on the spine, and so I thought it would work best with the original guide. But we are going to put that slide guide back on there and check out a smaller knife. And so there was just a little bit of Sharpie still showing. I'm going to make a few more passes. I am doing only back strokes, so this would be an edge trailing motion. So what we're looking to do here is apex this knife. So I'll just continue to make some passes on this side. Still got a little ways to go. And I'm not really counting passes. I'm just trying to remove all the Sharpie on both sides and trying to keep it even. Right up here in the tip. Careful. Make sure you keep a nice point to the tip there. So this is edge trailing strokes that I'm still doing. It's 120 grit EdgePro Whetstone. Okay, I'm going to wipe the edge down real quick. I got a microfiber cloth here. Try to remove any debris, metal debris that's on the edge there. And so really loving that magnetic attachment that's right here to hold the knife in position. So right there, the magnet's now disengaged. I set the knife over here, and you pretty much got to hold it in place without the magnet. So engage the magnet, hands free now. It's almost like having a third hand. So we're going to do the same thing on this side, reverse strokes. And so they call this edge trailing. So I'm very impressed with this knife sharpener. This thing works amazing. I'm almost done cutting this bevel in here, and we'll be ready to switch to our next stone. Very nice packable case that came with it. This is a 3V steel that this knife's made of, so very good quality steel. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any Sharpie left on that side. It's looking pretty good. If I look at it with a microscope or the magnifying glass, I might see a little bit, but I think we're going to switch to our next stone. Let's look at that other side. Okay, this side's looking pretty good too, so we're going to switch to our next stone and start to polish this. But first I want to see how sharp that we got it with the 120 grit stone. So I'm going to set this right here real quick. I'm going to load up our sharp best tester. So okay, I'm going to pull out a little bit of this media. This is the best media. This is the aluminum test fixture. Okay, now I'm going to pull it down into that groove, apply light pressure, and then I'm going to tighten this knob. Okay, now if you look in there, you can see that the best test media is inside the groove there. So let's put it on our our best PT50A industrial. Okay, so we just got through sharpening our Benchmade. This is 3V steel. Let's see where we're at right now on our best tester. We'll just take one cut. So 145. I don't have my little pamphlet right here handy, but that's sharp as a razor blade. And this is off the coarse stone. We're still on the 120. This is an EdgePro stone. Hopefully you can see the number right here, well, 145. So we're going to go from the 120 to the 220. So when you put it in here, make sure it's all squared up. Both ends, check both ends, make sure it's all the same. Okay. We're going to put our knife back on this platform. Try to put it in the same spot each time. Put a little bit of water on our stone. Okay, this one's kind of thirsty. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do trailing strokes. It's a Bushcraft knife. So really loving that magnet feature. It holds the knife in place so I don't even have to hold it. And right now we are using the original guide, but we do have the slide guide that works good with smaller knives, smaller pocket knives really well. This is the EdgePro Apex, and this is, all these parts are made in the USA. Manufactured right here in Hood River, Oregon. There is ways to protect your knife by putting tape on the sides. Check out EdgePro's website. They got some videos showing you how to do that. Right now I'm doing all edge trailing strokes. That's what I've been doing with this knife. I'm not really wanting to push any of the grit up onto the edge of the knife to ruin the finish or hurt the finish any, because I didn't put the tape on here. So I'm using all edge trailing strokes. So that helps pull everything away from the knife rather than pushing stuff up onto your cutting edge, if you're trying for less scratches. Okay, we're going to flip the knife over, wipe down real quick on our microfiber. So we can see that it's coming together. So now we're going to make a few passes with our 400 stone. It's a very nice sharpener, being that it's packable. It collapses down real quick. That bench mount is kind of a must-have. If you get this sharpener, it makes it way more sturdy. And if you guys haven't checked out Cody's YouTube page, make sure you check that out. He's got some pretty cool videos. A lot of informational videos for when you get your Apex, so you know how to use it. So he's got all kinds of instructional videos. This sharpener's been around for a long time. That side's going to be hard to get it to light up. Let me try it like this. See the Benchmade logo right here. Or 600 grit. Make sure you wipe all this down when you get done sharpening. Otherwise this stuff will start to build up on your tools, which you don't really want that. Okay, so now we got our 600 grit. We're going to put a couple drops of water on it with our water bottle. The coarser they are, the water goes in quicker. So right here you can see, as I move the water around, it's starting to coat the entire surface of this stone. This is the EdgePro 600 grit. Okay, I'm going to start making some passes on the knife. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the edge trailing strokes. Now that I'm getting down towards the very end of what I'm doing with this sharpener, I'm only going to go across one time and then I'll flip it over to the other side, so I won't spend as much time on each side. That's kind of where I'm going with that. Really loving that bench mount. That works great for holding this thing steady, makes it super solid. So when you get your Apex, make sure you order the bench mount with it at the same time. There's no point in even waiting. And then the magnet, you have to get the magnet, because see how I'm not even holding the knife? The tool is holding the knife. Trying to remove the burr and align the apex. So you want to make very light passes when you're getting down to the very end of the knife, to the finer stones that you're going to be running. Look at the other side. It's really starting to shine up. So what I want to do is I want to switch over to the 1000 grit. Let's set the 600 right there. Let me grab the 1000. Set the 220 over here, get it out of the way, like we did on the last one. So there's 2 drops. Now I'm going to rub it in. Yeah, 2 drops is plenty for this stone. It's a little much, so I'm going to grab my rag and dab it off of there a little bit, just so it doesn't pull up on the knife edge. Okay, so we're at our 1000 grit. Edge trailing strokes only. We're just going to make a pass across and then flip to the other side. Everybody's got their own pattern, their own method of how that they use these sharpeners. This is just one way to use it. This is the Apex 4 kit. Comes with all kinds of goodies. One of the blanks that came with the kit. Make sure everything's nice and clean when you put this on. Okay, I'm going to set this on the knife. Just the magnet is so strong, it'll hold everything. So right here is some 2000 grit tapes. Quantity is 15. And then here's some 3000 grit. So what I want to do is put these, I'm going to go with a 2000 grit first. Okay, so this is a 2000 grit polish tape. That's this side of it, and it feels like about a 2000 grit stone. And then on the back side it looks like there's some kind of a sticky adhesive. Oh yeah. So make sure your stone's clean. Peel that off. Be very careful when you apply this that you put it on nice and straight. With the 2000 grit, the polish tape, if you're going for that mirror finish, there you can see it's on here now, and so we got our knife on here. So once you graduate from the 1000 grit and you want more, if you want more of a polish, then put on this polish tape, which is 2000 grit. I don't know if this is going to make it any sharper, but it's going to give it more of a polish. .2000 grit polish tape from EdgePro. Looks like it's putting a really nice shine on the edge of the knife there. I'd definitely say that these things are a must-have. If you're into knife sharpening and you're going for a mirror polish, you get the Apex 4, then it's going to come with the polish tapes, so you won't have to order them separate. We have another blank that came with our kit. You can see right here it says EdgePro on it. Okay, so let's grab our other polish tapes. This is the 3000 grit polish tapes, quantity 15. Work the air out of it if there's any air bubbles. Okay, this is the 3000 grit polish tape. So we're going to put it on our EdgePro, same as our other Whetstones. Lock it in position. Okay. So we're going to make a few more passes. Okay. So again, this is for putting a polish on here, making the edge really nice. We'll flip the knife around, do the other side. Let me wipe it. This is the slide guide. So at first I put that on. Then I'm going to drop this centerpiece in. Now you can move this to wherever you want. Okay, so I grabbed this Gerber, made in Portland, made in the USA, perfect knife to put on here. But as you can see, the blade has got a curve to it, and it's a short knife. And so the magnet is going to pull it down automatically right there. You don't want the edge of your knife to come up to where you're bumping the table with your stone right here as you're moving your stone on there. And so this slide guide system is it's a two-piece, and so you pull up this, the outer part of it, you pull it up till it hits your knife, and then this center piece, you figure out where you're going to need your knife at on here, and then hold it there, and then move the center piece up till it hits. Okay, once you get it, then tighten that down, and now that's solid. So you can see this center piece here hits the knife right in that spot, and that's what keeps this part of the knife out far enough where you're not hitting the table with your stone. So when we flip it around, we put it in exactly the same spot, and that center piece hits the knife in the same exact spot, which keeps our knife far enough out in this corner so we're not going to hit it. Okay, I haven't put it under the magnifying glass yet to see if there is a little bit of burr left, but so far it is razor sharp. But we tested it on the best tester multiple times, and it is razor sharp, so we're super impressed with this knife sharpener. So I'm very impressed with the apex that I received from EdgePro. Down below's got the bench mount with the C-clamp. Right there you can see the top of the C-clamp holding it on. Here's the magnetic attachment. Here's the slide guide for smaller pocket knives. Works great, locks in place. So this thing works great for kitchen knives. It would work good for hunting knives, fishing knives. It's a very nice sharpening system. Comes with a 120 grit, a 220 grit, 400 grit, 600 grit, 1000 grit. Came with these polishing tapes, the 2000 grit, the 3000 grit. The backing plates that hold the polishing tape. Get the magnet and get the bench mount down on the bottom. The C-clamp is holding everything fixed, and comes with that black Cordura case. Let me set that over here. That's right here. Very nice case. EdgePro Apex, made in the USA. This stuff's out of Hood River, Oregon. It'll do blades up to 3.5 inches wide. So if you have like a meat cleaver, you could put the other guide rail back on, drop it all the way down, so you could have a 3.5 inch blade. It'll do 10 to 24 degrees are the adjustments right here. So if you want to do 10 degrees on each side, 20 degrees total. So make sure to get all the accessories you can get for it. Some of the parts are made out of aircraft aluminum, 6061 T6 aluminum, like this piece. This product right here, it's the EdgePro Apex out of Hood River, Oregon. EdgePro is the one who makes it. Get a hold of them, edgeproinc.com. Make sure you order this bench mount that goes on the bottom right here when you get it. There's a magnet. Make sure you order the magnet, and then this slide guide, which helps with 2.5 to 5 inch knives basically. So make sure you order those 3 items. This is the Apex 4. We've been loving it, testing it out on the channel. Just got a knife razor sharp with it. We just sharpened it up. Went all the way through all the 5 grits that came with our kit, and then went to the polishing tapes. And so our knife is now razor sharp. We tested it multiple times on the best tester. We might need to do a little bit more work. I haven't looked at it under the magnifying glass. I recommend this sharpener, and I think it's a great product, made in the USA. You mount it right here. It's lightweight, it's portable, but it is nice and solid, especially with the bench mount. So make sure you order one of these. So Appreciate everybody watching. Another review by War Dog. Very happy with this. So thank you, Cody.